that I enjoyed you, Pastor Whiting, with Sunday school, and the message which you brought about love. But those who don't know me, my name is J.C. Love, and I serve as Montgomery County's probate judge. And on Wednesday, it will be 4 years since I've been in the office. And often people ask me, why do you like the job? What do you like about the job? And it's really, one, being from Montgomery and being able to come back and be able to serve the people in the community, one. And two, the job is really about helping people.
Right.
You think about some of the things we've done over the past 4 years, people say, well, all the technology that you've done to make it easier. But at the end of the day, it's all about helping people. Helping people get their tag, being able to marry sometimes your classmates and people you went to school with, and sometimes even marrying their kids. Performing adoptions and seeing the look on that family's face when you tell them that you're going to grant it, and also on that child's face to see that sense of excitement. Oftentimes when the people who've been before you come back up and tell you to thank you because you saved their life, because you got them the mental health treatment that they needed. And so that's one of the things that really keeps me going, to always try to be about service. And so one of our main programs that we're really trying to encourage people to take advantage of is really our REACT program. And that just stands for our Real Estate Activity Alert and Contact Tool program. As I tell people, if you knew someone was trying to break into your car, you'd lock it. And if you knew someone was breaking into your home, you'd get an alarm and make sure the doors and the windows were locked. So why not do it to the title to your property? Because property fraud is one of the fastest growing areas of fraud here in this country.
Oh my Lord.
And people do not realize how easy it is for someone to file a deed with my office saying that they own your property.
Oh my goodness.
Because under the law in Alabama, deeds don't have to even be notarized. So there's no need to even verify identities and or signatures. That someone can go and find your deed, because everyone's deed is a public record down in our office. They can either find it by your last name or they can find it by your address. It's going to pull up your deed to your property. With the property description of the part they need, 25 feet northwest, turn left, go another 75 feet. That is readily available to the public. And so if someone brings something in and they would go up there and come with Pastor and First Lady Whiting's deed, and come with a quitclaim deed and forge their signatures and put 2 witnesses on it, we go ahead and have to record it. It's a book and page number. And with property fraud, you're not going to catch it until much, much later. So it's one of those things that you ain't find out until he realizes that it's November and he got his property tax notice. Or he gets, he's trying to refinance or trying to sell and finds out that they're saying he doesn't own his property. Or he gets a notice from a mortgage company saying that they're about to foreclose on his home. And so this program, more importantly, is free. It costs you nothing to do it. You can go to our website and register, and it's www.reactnow.com. Put in your email address. It'll ask you to confirm that it's you that wanted to enroll in the program. And if any real estate deed or document is filed against your property, you're going to get an alert with a copy of that document within 24 hours. And since we've done it, we've gotten so many calls from people saying that it helped prevent someone trying to steal their property. And we've gotten the calls from the folks that are saying, I wish you had it a few months earlier, because I'm dealing with someone now trying to steal my property. One of the first calls we got after launch was a woman who had come in and said, my father died in 2022, and I realized I didn't get the property tax notice. I went and checked and wanted to see what happened, and found out that someone else had claimed ownership of my property. They had filed a deed saying that they owned it. Not only said they owned it, they moved into the house.
Wow.
And so, and just last week we were talking with a vendor out of Georgia about trying to digitize some of our records. She said, yeah, I see you all have this REACT program because it's really bad over in Atlanta. And so what we really want to do is make sure that those that want to steal property go ahead and go around Montgomery because they know that you all enrolled in the program. But they want to go ahead and get homes. I saw a woman who had told me, said, I'm glad that I don't think I'll be susceptible to it because my home is paid for. And I said, you're the type of homes that they want. They want the homes that are paid for. Because there's not going to be another mortgage company coming in and questioning why someone else is claiming ownership of a house they still have an unsatisfied mortgage on. So I really want to encourage you to go ahead and do it. Like I say, it's free and easy, and you may have seen the commercials for LifeLock out there, and that's a service that you can pay for, but they're really charging you to monitor our records because we're the only department here in Montgomery County that manages real estate records. So give yourself a peace of mind in regards to your property, and go ahead and enroll, and I encourage you to go out there and do it. But I thank you all for the opportunity to really come and serve as probate judge. It's really been an honor. One of the other things that we've really been trying to do and really trying to stress is trying to make sure everyone can register to vote. I try to make it very easy here in Montgomery County so people don't have any excuse why they're not registered to vote. You know, because you can go down to the board of registrars at 125 Washington Avenue, and some people say, I can't make it down there doing my workout. Okay, you can register online. Well, I don't have access to a computer or internet at home. Well, do you have a cell phone? Yes, you can register to vote from your cell phone now. And then if your kids are in an MPS school, they can, and they're in high school, they can register to vote for free at their high school. And if they're enrolled in a college or university, then we have the kiosks on campus that allow them to go ahead and register to vote there. And if you're not a student in college or university and want to find some place where you can go and register to vote, you can. In the next week or so, we're going to put the kiosks in all the public libraries here in Montgomery County. And so if you have anyone that says they're not registered to vote, you can whip out your phone and say, here, put your information in, take them to a library, take them to one of the schools, take them to one of the universities. But there'll be no excuse of why we don't get out and vote. Now we can encourage the folks that say they don't believe their vote counts. And why should they vote? We can have that conversation another day. But no one who is over the age of 18 and able to vote will not be able to register to vote here in Montgomery County. So I thank you, Pastor, for giving me the opportunity to speak to the congregation. And I will tell you that our next election coming up is on March 5th. And so just like today, don't forget about love. Thank you.
Amen. All right.
It is REAACTNOW.com, reactnow.com.
Want to keep the mic?
Oh, yeah.
I have a
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. What can a person do if they've been a victim before, you know, this program came about? What can they do if they've been a victim?
Report it to, if it's in the county, report it to the sheriff's department. If it's in the city of Montgomery, report it to the police department for them to investigate and try to find the people who've done it. Secondly, to get title to your property back, you're going to have to file a suit for quiet title in circuit court to have a circuit judge rule that the instrument is false and that return title to the property back to you. Because one of the things with it, if you came to me today and said, hey, Judge, this is fraudulent deed, once it's stamped in and filed, I can't remove it absent a court order. So absent a circuit court judge saying an order saying that it is a fraudulent document and to remove it, I can't do anything with it. So report it to the authorities and then go and petition the circuit court to get title to your property back. Yes, ma'am.
What if you already a victim of mortgage fraud and you're still, I'm a victim and I'm still fighting with the mortgage company about what this person has done to me, and that person is deceased. But before that person passed away, I found out about it, went to a lawyer, and I got the lawyer to have him to quick deed me my property back. But in the process of doing that, the mortgage company was talking about foreclosure on my property, so I had to continue to make those payments in this person's name. Yes. And at one time, they did foreclose. I had to file Chapter 13 to, hold on to what I had. And now that this person is deceased, and I'm writing them, I'm giving them all what they're asking for, but I still got to make those mortgage payments. If I don't, they're saying they're gonna foreclose on my property. So I'm fighting with, to me, a losing battle. I can't do anything but pay.
Well, one of the things that would really help you is if you still have your attorney, tell him that he needs to file your suit in quiet title challenging that transaction, that whole mortgage transaction. Unfortunately, before the person died, it would have been great if you could have gotten them to go ahead and sign something admitting that they had filed that fraudulent document. Now you've got to go and get something, a court order, saying that the mortgage they got was fraudulently obtained in order to get you out of it. Because once they got that, they'll bring the mortgage company into it, and they've got to show why they believe it's valid. But you can go ahead and show why that deed and why that transaction should not have happened. Did the person have a power of attorney or some other document they were acting under at that time? All right, then those are the things that kind of help you when you look at it. That it's not someone who was acting under a power of attorney when you told them they could handle affairs, they went out and fraudulently obtained this mortgage. That is someone who shouldn't have been able to even get access. How did they even get title to your property when they, you can go up there and show on the deed initially giving him ownership that that's not your signature, that you never signed it. And so, it's one of those things where you've got to go to the circuit court now to get a judge to give you an order saying that the deed was fraudulent, to then go ahead and help you get out of that mortgage. And I can talk to you more about it after service.
Question.
Yes.
With those payments that she has been making turn into a nice little nest egg for her once this clear?
Well, it should. She should be refunded her money. Right now, you're just really paying them under this fraudulent mortgage that was obtained against your property. But they should come back and refund you that money that you paid, because all you're doing is trying to keep them from foreclosing on your property. And so I would encourage you to get an attorney involved, just so you can go ahead and get out of that burden and that stress of having to deal with, deal with paying this mortgage on your property that should never been there. So now you're saying you've been paying it for 23 years. And I know that's just a lot of stress of paying for something, all the money that you're having to pay that you shouldn't be paying for a mortgage that shouldn't be there. But I can talk to you more after service and try to get you some help and direct you where you need to go.
Amen.
And if they don't listen, then you can go there and get a lawsuit against them for fraud.
Yes.
So you can get some more money.
Keep the money.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're disabled, you don't have to pay taxes on your property.
There are. That is over in the revenue departments. I don't necessarily deal with it, but I know there are. If you're disabled, depending on your age, that you're kind of you're exempt from paying property taxes. So I can give the number down to Janet Dusky's revenue department. They can deal with that. One of the other things that I'll tell you, that a lot of people with the program, if you've inherited any property, any heir property, the thing, and to make sure you enroll it in this program, then go back as many times with it is still in the deceased parent or deceased grandparent or great-grandparent's name. Register the property in their name and use your address, because title is still in that person's name. And so if anything's filed against it, then you'll still get the email alert to your email to get to take action. Questions we get? Yes.
I just wanted to tell them, anytime you need to get a bonus registration application, I keep them in my car. Ms. Whiting know how to contact me. Mr. Fuller know how to contact me. I will sit at your house and wait on you to fill it out and take it downtown.
We got a question.
Yes.
Is property fraud, is that a misdemeanor or a felony? And if it is, or penalty behind it?
Well, it becomes a felony because you're dealing with something over $1,000.
Okay.
And then it depends on how extensive it is, depending on whether or not it was something that will stay on the state level or go federal. You know, because if you start changing things through email, mailing things, then the feds can also get involved in it as well. So that comes with, so you're looking at, depending on how it's charged and depending on what the person's record is, they can go and get 5, 10, 15 years. They can go ahead and get them put on probation. It all depends on the particular judge that is there, depending on the range of the charge for the particular transaction and how far they got. They just kind of caught them initially before funds were exchanged. That's a much different level before they've gone and stolen it and sold it to someone else. Or they've gone and taken ownership and then got a mortgage on it and disappeared with it. So depending on how extensive it is, the more and more charges they can put on, and then you start getting it 25, 30 years for it, versus, just filing it, forging a deed and trying to file it, that you get a lot less time versus actually going out there selling it, getting money for it, and someone else having getting swindled for it.
Can you get punitive damage from it?
Punitive is really something that you get, on the civil side, if you would go up there and file civilly, it's punitive damages. What you can get is your harm on the criminal side of restitution. They have to go ahead and pay you back the money that they received. So they have to pay back the ill-gotten gains, the money they stole. And they tack on what you had to pay out of pocket for trying to get your property back. Yes, Dr. Dale.
Just some more add. Property taxes went up this year.
Yes.
And I called my sister. You're a senior citizen. You can get a discount. And I did. So you have to initiate it yourself. But if you don't know how to do it, that's my best friend over there. And I'll make sure he knows. I just have a sister who knows everything. And she didn't make one phone call and my taxes got reduced.
Make that statement again. I didn't quite hear it.
So I just happen to have a sister who knows the right people. She made one phone call. I don't know who that person is, but I'll find out from you, Charles, if anybody else wants to know. And my taxes got reduced by about 25% as a senior citizen.
And you can call, that's the revenue department, Janet Buskey's office. But yes, property taxes did go up, as we heard this year, due to after the version 2020 passed the property tax increase to support Montgomery Public Schools. And so that just went into effect on this year's property tax notices. So, a lot of people are seeing an increase of a few hundred. Some people are seeing their property taxes double.
Yep.
But if you think that you qualify for one of these exemptions, I would encourage you to go and contact the revenue department and make sure they get you the form necessary to sign up. Now, I will tell you that they are looking at putting on the ballot in the upcoming March 5th primary, issue to extend the 3 cents tax that they have, sales tax, to go and support NPS. So that's something else that will be on the ballot as well. And so you'll be hearing a lot more about it over the coming months. And I know a lot of people, as they've seen the increases now on their property tax, are going to have something to say about it. But I think this is something that, so this is trying to extend that 3 penny on the sales tax for another 20 years. That's in there. The property tax was something that voters voted on back in 20, and there was a delay period in the legislation, and it just went into effect now. So I just encourage you to please be proactive, call the revenue department with anything regarding your property taxes, because we don't want to see anyone's property sold in the courthouse steps up there at Bank. And so the more proactive you can be on it, I think the better it will help you out. They'll try to find some ways to work with you to qualify for any exemptions. They'll make sure they give them to you. But it's much easier to try to get help now than it is, December 31st or January 10th, or as you're going forward to the sales when they happen up in May. Yes, ma'am.
I do not have to pay property tax due to the reason disability and of age.
Okay.
Now, they're not gonna tell you this. And everybody that I've known of my age, how y'all think I am?
25, 30.
Thank you, darling. But I'm happy to say I'm 73 years old. And still can drive. They don't want me to, but I drive.
That mama's showing that.
But they're not going to tell you, my brother, when you go down there. If your property tax says 300 or 200 something, they're going to take your money. But it's a book that you sign. Except you, if you're on disability, Pike County, yes. And if you are of age, citizens are automatically exempt. Now, my mother was a victim of that, and she didn't know until I told her. Now, my mama, 80-some years old. Why y'all couldn't tell her, Miss Bean, you don't have to pay property tax? They're not going to tell you, Judge Love, Pastor Whiting. It's up for us as black people to tell each other about what we know in the politics.
Mother, we got one more question. All right. I was trying to get the REACT program, it applies to anybody. It doesn't matter about whether you're in Montgomery County, Pike, Douglas,
Right.
Well, unfortunately, it's up to the different probate judges in their county to have a red type program. So right now, this is just if you own property here in Montgomery
They color ain't on nothing. I just want to say that. They short tax on white people, black, all that too.
Some of his residents that he needs to go ahead and get one of those programs. So there's been some, talk about trying to require all probate courts to have a red type program in their county to help prevent it. But we were just happy to be one of the first in the state to go ahead and get it. So, I know that there've been some other judges that have been trying to get something like that, kind of bring REACT to their county. But it's really up to the particular judges to go ahead and actually do that.
All right. Let's just give them a hand.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
We
big help.
love to keep people informed of anything that's going to help them, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
All right, thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
If you need me to come back, I'll come back anytime you want, Pastor.
Real good, thank you.
Thank you so
Alright.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If that be all, consider yourself this.
Everyone interested in the skit? Real quick, I only want to give you a